Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend vid. What we're going to see is this. Start with the SPY. So SPY closed as 2 up in red week. We're still green on the month, so we have not changed that. We'll see next week. Do they confirm that 2-2 to the downside, 3-2-2, or do we firm up inside week with full time frame continuity? Qs, same thing. Nice 2 up in red week, right? And the question is, do we go 2-2 week back down, or do we go inside week green and start firming up again with full time frame continuity? And you see the Dow, same thing. The IBM, same thing, right? So much closer to 2s down, but we could still change into continuity next week at the open, so we'll see. That being said, as far as setups are concerned, we will see CRM shooter week at all-time highs. In the Dow Jones, we'll see AXP inside week to confirm and negate. CAT inside week. Nike in the Dow Jones going to be inside week, slight lower lows on the month, so they're a little bit of a smaller range in there. You got the weekly try, something like this. If we go to Nvidia, you'll have the inside week Nvidia. If it breaks down, you'd have PMG. If it breaks up, you'll have full time frame continuity. And then we will see financials actually a little stronger. So like Goldman Sachs, you're going to see stronger with an inside day for Monday. So if things are firm, you can go after those. Get an XLF. See a little more firm than the rest last week. If we go to regional banks, a little bit, but more so Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley inside day. Bank of America, you can see to the highs. And then Citigroup inside day pivot machine gun. So something like Citigroup would be pretty solid for the smaller account guys. If we firm up next week with an inside bar PMG to start it off, that will be on my list. If we look at then the rest of the stuff in here, you got some outside weeks last week, some McDonald's. Here's your 3 on the week. There's your broadening formation. So you'll see the slight lower lows, the slight higher highs. How are we getting out of that? If we go to MRK in the healthcares, it was a 3, and healthcares really got clobbered last week. If we go to XLV, you'll see 2-2 week back down. You'll notice taking the quarter down, 1-2-2 RevStrat healthcares, and the current administration coming into the office, they're kind of waging war with healthcares as well as the staples, more so like things like is it GIS, General Mills, a lot of the processed food stuff. So GIS, McDonald's could be on that. Coca-Cola has been one, which you can see quarter down. If we go to the month, that 2 up red month really marked the high, so they're really bringing them back in. So that type of stuff, Pepsi, you're going to see not having a good time. And then Hershey's, that's one of our favorites, right? Still monthly, 3-2 shooter, still good. And they went outside last week. So a lot of that stuff, we'll see if that war is still raging on. Outside of that, in the Dow Jones, you can take a look at the S&P 100. We'll see a double inside week in Comcast, CMCSA. CL, which is your Colgate. You're going to see inside week after a big downtrend. If we go to Costco, after poking up into the highs, you'll see an inside week. And this is some of the favorites in here, Costco. With CAT, we've already talked about. In the energies, we're going to have COP, and we did see energy strength last week. It wasn't really across the board. It was more so CVX out of anything. But COP will have the inside week, which could cause a 2 up month, right? We'll see. In the staples, we will see Philip Morris inside week. Then some utilities, SO, you can see the triangle layout, followed by the inside week. If we go to NEE, you can see triangle layout followed by inside week hammer. If we go to the XLU, they did go 2 up last week, so a little more firm than the rest of the stuff. They're 2 up in green. And then in the healthcares, things closer to firming back up and negating, you'll have Medtronic, the 3-2-2 with the hammer week above this, 88.82. Then industrials, you also see DE with CATs inside week. The 3-2 down hammer, things are going to firm back up above 403.06. And then in the financials, we're going to have some inside weeks as well. 3-1 in AIG, still in the center of this weekly broadening formation. Now let's stick to stuff we know about. TXN in the tech, you're going to see the 3-1 week at the top of the broadening formation. And we've already talked about some of that stuff. Let's Then also in the industrials with the hammer, potentially UPS. So that is going to be about it for this week's Weekend Vid. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Really, the question is going to be do we get simultaneous 322s on the weeklies with a lot of those indexes? And there's a lot of 302 up in reds in here. If we take a look, you're going to have Tesla 32 up in red. Triple M in the industrials. Lowe's with Home Depot. Both 3-2 up and then maybe come back in. So we'll be scanning that to start the week. You'll see UNH, potential 3-2-2 as well. So we're going to scan at the beginning of the week. If you have the scan site, what you can scan is this. So you can go in here and you go to the week. You go to the pattern 3-2-2 and you go to enforce. We want to see how many are on this list, right? And we'll be talking about this Monday night. Do we have a lot of names getting on that list? If so, do they come back Tuesday to sell more? And if we don't have any names on this list, we want to go after anything taking last week's highs. Ideally, inside week and up, which are going to be a little bit stronger than, or hammer week to the upside, which we've already talked about a few of those here today. So those are the scans. That's the plan. Hopefully you guys are going to have a good trading week. I'll see you guys in tomorrow night's Nightly Vid. Have a great rest of your weekend.